Today we are going to discuss the Napier coat of arms. But before we get started, we wanted to let you know that we offer genealogy research service at our website. Please visit us at coadb.com. Now we're going to go through a lot of these, so we're going to go fast. The information is posted below in the comments section and the description section. So you'll have that information to review if you need it. So here we go. The first is Napier of Kilmahew in County Dumbarton, Scotland. Family descended from John Napier, who was alive in the year 1294. Later there was Duncan, who was the fifth laird. And another member of the family was Mungo Napier, a Burgess of Dumbarton. Here we see Kilmahew Castle, family estate. Next is Napier of West Shandon in County Dumbarton, Scotland. This was the arms of Roper Napier, born 1791, a Scottish marine engineer. He was a knight commander of the Order of Dannebrog and president of the mechanical engineers. He was the son of James Napier, who was son of Roper Napier, who was son of John. And here we see Mr. Roper Napier, as well as West Shandon. Napier of Wright's House in Edinburgh, Scotland. The estate was acquired by William Napier sometime between 1390 and 1406. And there was a Robert in this line, and the line died out in 1680. And here we see Wright's House estate. Next is Napier of Holywell or Holywell in Oxfordshire, England. Looks like they descended from George Napier, who was son of Edmund, who was son of William, who died in 1621, and ultimately the son of John or James Napier of Swire in County Dorset. Here we see Holywell Manor. Next is Napier of Mercheston in Edinburgh, Scotland. Alexander Napier, who died in 1454, was Lord Provost of Edinburgh, Scotland, and the first of Mercheston. He had son Sir Alexander Napier, also Lord Provost, and later there was John Napier, seen here, born in 1550. He was a mathematician, physicist, and astronomer, and he had son Sir Archibald Napier, who died in 1645. He was the first Lord Merchiston and the first baronet of Merchiston in the baronetage of Nova Scotia. Here we see Merchiston Castle, or Merchiston Tower, as it was also known. And a later member of the family also owned Lariston Castle, seen here. Roper Napier of London, born around the year 1542, was a judge and member of Parliament who was knighted in 1593 and served as chief baron of the Irish Exchequer, was the second son of James Napier of Middlemarsh and Punknell. And it looks like there was also Napier of Culcrouch in Stirling. This was Colonel John Milliken Napier, son of Colonel William, son of John, son of Alexander, and son of Roper Napier, who died in 1655. Here we see Culcrouch Castle. Next is Napier of Balwapple in County Dumbarton, Scotland. There was an Archibald Napier of Balwapple who descended from a third son of Napier. Napier of Fallside or Fusside in County Fife. Roper Napier of Fallside for this coat of arms and crest. We have Napier of Harveston or Harriston in Clackmannan, Scotland. James Napier of Harriston and was brother of Roper Napier of Fallside. Next, the arms of William Napier of Tayock in Scotland. Napier of Blackstone in County Renfrewshire, Scotland. Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Napier, who died in 1809, and William Napier were sons of Alexander, who was a son of Captain Alexander Napier, son of Alexander, who was ultimately the son of Adam Napier. Napier of Ballinkinrain in Dumbarton, Scotland. they descended from Thomas Napier, who died in 1502, who was son of a Gilbert Mac Olwen, or Napier, who lived in the 15th century. Here we have Napier of Ballochurn, or Bellochurn. This was Thomas Napier of Bellochurn. Later there was John Napier of the same location, and he died in 1784. Napier of Craiganet and Stirling, Francis Napier, born 1650, was Provost, Burgh Commissioner of Scotland, and he had sons Robert and Gabriel. Next is the Napier baronets of Luton Hoo in the county of Bedford, England. The first was Sir Robert Napier, was created for him in 1611. There was also Napier of Middlemarshall and Moorcritchell in Dorset. That baronetcy, which is essentially a hereditary knighthood that passed from father to eldest son, was created in 1641 for Sir Gerard Napier. He was the eldest son of Sir Nathaniel Napier and the grandson of Sir Robert Napier, chief baron of the Exchequer in Ireland. There's also the Napier baronets of Punknall in Dorset. That title was awarded to Sir Robert Napier, a nephew of Sir Gerard Napier, and it became extinct on the second baronet's death in 1743. And here we see Luton Hoo, as well as a list of baronets of Luton Hoo, all the way through the 6th baronet, who died in 1748. Here we see Critchell House, and a list of the Napier baronets of Middlemarsh, all the way through the 6th baronet, who died in 1765. And here we see Punknall Manor House, as well as a list of the Napier baronets of Punknall. And here we see Admiral Sir Charles Napier, who died in 1743. Napier of Marion Square in Dublin, Ireland. It was a baronetcy created in 1867 for the Conservative politician and former Lord Chancellor of Ireland, Sir Joseph Napier. He was son of William Napier, a prosperous brewer. Here we see a list of the Napier baronets of Marion Square, all the way through the 6th baronet, who was born in 1973. And we have Napier of Devonshire, England. John Napier, alias Sandy of Devon, granted in 1577. He had brothers Robert and Richard and Alexander, and had sons Alexander and Matthew. It's like the same coat of arms for a Napier of Oxfordshire, England. The arms and crest of Colonel James Napier of Ireland, who died in 1676. Very similar one for Napier of Bonmore and New Ross in Wexford, Ireland. Family descended from John Napier, Esquire of Kilscanlon, who died in 1699. And it was later represented by Colonel Robert Alexander Napier in the 19th century. He was in the Bengal Staff Corps. And here we have Napier of Loughcrew in County Meath, Ireland. James Napier, Esquire, descended from James Napier, the fourth son of Sir Nathaniel Napier of Middlemarsh. And it looks like the family went on, and one member was James Lennox William Napier, seen here in an oil painting, born 1791. He was High Sheriff, a Member of Parliament, a Justice of the Peace, and Deputy Lieutenant. Here we see Bonmore House and Loughcrew House. The arms and crest of Colonel Thomas Napier, Lieutenant Colonel of Foot Regiment in Lord Byron's at Marston Manor. And in 1644, he was sent into Ireland to recruit troops for his new regiment and was promoted to colonel. On the arms and crest of Field Marshal Robert Cornelis Napier. He was the first Baron Napier of Magdala, born 1810. He was a British Army officer who served in the Anglo-Sikh Wars and the Second Opium War, and was son of Major Charles Frederick Napier, who died in 1810. And here we see Robert Cornelis Napier. Another said to be for Napier or Napier, alias Sandy or Tandy, registered in Ireland. And lastly, we have Pennard House, County Somerset. That was Edward Berkeley Napier, born 1816, who was son of Gerard Martin Berkeley Napier, born 1792. And here we see Pennard House. And if you enjoyed this video, please visit us at coadb.com, link in the description. Thank you very much.